It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He was terrific in last week's game, finishing up with an even 170 yards. It's the Vikings and the Chiefs, next on EA Sports.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. So here come the defending champs, led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, a 2-time winner now in Patrick Mahomes.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
They run with the second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Gonna look deep here for Pacheco. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. So here the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not, just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Now the 4th-year man, it's Cam Akers. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, You're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins over the middle and complete to Addison. And he will have the Vikings first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 69 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Cousins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll run on first down with Akers. Fights him off. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. Joseph's got it, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Chiefs had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Kadarius Toney, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to add on to that lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on and they're ready for this next series. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, people go, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward. To throw is Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Throwing, Cousins. Going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. On the counter, this is Akers. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Cousins now on 2nd down. Middle of the field to Jefferson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, Cousins. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Cousins now. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, then he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
On play action, it's Mahomes. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Kadarius Toney as time expires in the first half. And the Chiefs will extend their lead on the final play of the half. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Broncos who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. 3 touchdown passes there for Jalen Hurts. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Joe Mixon has a run for a touchdown. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left is Akers. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Play action now. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Felix Anudike-Uzomah brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. That is caught past the 20. Pushes him aside at the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Cousins. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Justin Jefferson from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are back within a score. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return, it's McKinnon. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. Screen play, McKinnon finding space at the 40. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Mahomes now on first down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 54 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. With a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, Now
the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime you didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is third and long. A dump down to McKinnon.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Leo Chanel
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Cousins to throw it.
He gets it to Addison.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
Oh, a good movement. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco, his 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Cousins.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Leo Chanel getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. It'll be a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw, Cousins. And that one too wide and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Cousins. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. To throw is Cousins. Powell on the catch. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. Here again is McKinnon. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, 31 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Akers back-to-back catches. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Cousins again. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Cousins. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Oh, and he's going to take this right to the line to gain. Awfully close. But they'll say that he did get the 6 yards he needed. Didn't get much more than that, but it works all the same. First down. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Cousins on 4th down. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So it's a win for the Chiefs here, and no surprise, it was Patrick Mahomes who really led the charge.
Yeah, sometimes you just have those games where everything's clicking, and this was one of those days. He wound up with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. He was large and in charge all day long.
So for Kansas City, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.